Let's talk about some fucking QAnon and Trump putting his foot in his mouth like he always does.
Especially when it comes to this type of shit.
Yeah, so here's a clip of Trump today at the White House during his White House press conference, taking this question from a reporter.
During the pandemic, the QAnon movement appears to be gaining a lot of followers. Can you talk about what you think about that and what you have to say to people who are following this movement right now?
Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand they like me very much, which I appreciate. But I don't know much about the movement. I have heard that it is gaining in popularity, and from what I've heard, these are people that when they watch the streets of Portland, when they watch what happened in New York City in just the last 6 or 7 months, but this was starting even 4 years ago when I came here, almost 4 years, can you believe it? These are people that don't like seeing what's going on in places like Portland and places like Chicago and New York and other cities and states. And I've heard these are people that love our country and they just don't like seeing it. So I don't know really anything about it other than they do supposedly like me, and they also would like to see problems in these areas, like especially the areas that we're talking about, go away, because there's no reason the Democrats can't run a city. And if they can't, we will send in all of the federal, whether it's troops or law enforcement, whatever they'd like. We'll send them in. We'll straighten out their problem in 24 hours or less. Okay?
Well, just real quick, at the crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind? Or
well, I haven't heard that, but. Is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? I mean, you know, if I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there. And we are, actually. We're saving the world from a radical left philosophy that will destroy this country. And when this country is gone, the rest of the world would follow.
All right, so looks like we're still in the clear. We're not banned. We're not banned. We're not banned yet, so we know exactly what happened.
It was saying Allahu Akbar in the last.
It was the Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar is copyrighted and trademarked by YouTube.
Shit.
Wouldn't that be a fucking trip?
Damn.
God, man, that'd be so wild. By the way, I just realized just now that I have it as a Habibi of the hour on the lower thirds. Let's just switch that up. I'm very open about sharing my public, how you say, stumbles. So
right, very public, very live.
Yeah, very dumb. Anyways, President Trump, he says this shit. Just to give you an idea, though, if you're not familiar at all with QAnon, it has been in the darker corners of the internet since late 2017. But as of 2020, it's been creeping more and more into mainstream politics. This theory, which has absolutely no base in logic or even credibility, it centers on an alleged anonymous high-ranking government official known as Q, who shares information about an anti-Trump deep state, often tied to Satanism and child sex trafficking. They obviously have probably heard of the deep state. The deep state works in mysterious ways to thwart the agenda of President Trump. Now, in years prior to President Trump being in office, we would just call that bureaucracy. Like, it is just endless bureaucracy in Washington about how, you know, there's a status quo when it comes to policy, and you're only going to budge up to a point for, you know, getting certain things done. And, you know, they talk about cutting through red tape. That's now been replaced by smashing the deep state. And I have yet to meet somebody who actually believes in the QAnon theory. What about you, Jay? Have you ever met anyone, or do you fucking believe it?
No, my mom does. She's a follower completely. Like she believes that hook, line, and sinker. Like she honestly thinks that what's called Kennedy Jr. is going to come out as the savior against the Antichrist.
No, you're shitting me, right?
No, I'm shitting you. Of course, I'm shitting you. She doesn't know what the fuck QAnon is.
I was just like, your mom is almost a bigger lib than my mom. I'm like, how is this even possible?
I know. I mean, when she was over here, we kind of took her out of that a little bit. Yeah. But no,
you red pilled her a little bit.
Right, just a bit, and just a bit, and then no, I don't know anyone who knows about QAnon, and it is completely, the people who follow it are really delusional, and some people say that there are high-ranking people who follow it and all this kind of stuff, but and there kind of are, especially in the GOP.
I mean, well, we've seen in just this past week, we saw a Republican congressional candidate by the name of Marjorie Taylor Greene winning her Republican primary race for an open seat in Georgia's 14th congressional district. She is likely going to be a congresswoman by the general election because it is a R plus 27 district, and it's in the northwest corner of Georgia, and that place is red as fuck. So the likelihood of her winning is very high, as opposed to Laura Loomer, who won her Republican primary in Florida. That's very low. That's like a D plus 18, 19 district, I think. It's D double digits, double D. Double D's. Double D-licious. But real quick on Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she is not only a QAnon supporter and believer, but she's also a 9/11 truther. And I got a clip right here. So if you putting aside just QAnon for a second, we're talking about someone who believes that 9/11 was an inside job. So let me just play this real quick.
Barack Obama becomes president in 2008, okay? By that time in our American history, we had George Bush for 8 years. We 9/11. Sorry about that, guys. Call came in, so I had to decline it. But we had witnessed 9/11, right? We had witnessed 9/11, the terrorist attack in New York, and the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania, and the so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon. It's odd. There's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon. But anyways, I'm not going to dive into the 9/11 conspiracy. But 9/11 had happened. Our country was very much into a war. We had invaded Iraq looking for weapons of mass destruction that we never found. At that time, we were basically destabilizing the Middle East. Barack Obama comes in 2008 as president.
What the fuck?
Fucking crazy.
What the fuck? And the worst part about it is you got Trump retweeting these assholes. And here, let me pull this up because I just want to show you how fucking dumb this timeline is. So Laura Loomer, if you're not familiar with Laura Loomer, she at the very least is she's an anti-Muslim bigot. She hates people like me. I don't know if she hates people like Jay, because Jay at least eats ass. So that kind of
eating ass gets you far in life, dude.
It does. It does. So with that being said, I mean, she slashed her own tires. She got banned from every social media app imaginable for how big of a bigot she's been. And can you see that right there?
Yes.
All right. So at the top of the screen, you'll see Donald Trump Jr. or I'm sorry, Donald J. Trump retweeted this. And it's a tweet of Marjorie Taylor Greene congratulating Laura Loomer on her primary win. So I don't know how. Like, look. Do I think Trump knows that what QAnon is? That jury's out. But the fact that he says like, "Oh, they support me, so they must be good people." Like, no, just shut the fuck up. Like, everyone who supports you is not a good person. Like,
Right.
like, how narcissistic do you have to be in order to be like, "Oh, those are my people. They got to be okay, right?" No, just like the one thing that Trump doesn't know with absolute certainty is not shutting the fuck up. He just doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
Right.
And it drives me nuts. And even if you give him the benefit of the doubt and say he doesn't know what QAnon is, okay, why would he say that type of shit on to the nation? And the very best thing that comes out of it is he gives the QAnon conspiracy theorists a pass on their belief, gives them legitimacy, gives them credibility, and that shit's not gonna go away. And I'm not saying that QAnon is the worst thing or the worst conspiracy theory, but we've seen how some right-wing conspiracies have put people in danger. Just look at fucking Pizzagate.
Right.
I mean, you remember that Comet Ping Pong? Everybody thought that Comet Ping Pong was operating a child sex trafficking ring at the behest of Hillary Clinton, and a fucking gunman showed up.
Right, and he shot up the place.
He didn't kill anyone, but like,
right.
I think he got shot. I don't know. He might even gotten killed. I can't even fully remember, but it's just like he doesn't need to do this shit at all, and it just drives people who look.
He does it like because it's people praising him, because
exactly. I mean, that's exactly it.
Look like it's a win, and all this kind of, like you were saying, narcissistic stuff. He doesn't see it further than that, and you can see like he was joking with them when he's like, "Oh, would that be a bad thing?"
No, but I mean, like, even then, like the fact that there's like, but like even giving that idea credibility or legitimacy is just fucking stupid.
Right, because
it's dumb. He's the president of the United States. He shouldn't be giving this shit any legitimacy.
Exactly.
Like, I know it's Trump, but like just the fact that he is going even just this length. Like, I'm always reminded of, I want to say Rob Province said this. Shout outs to Rob. If Trump was trying to, or maybe it was Neville, one of those two. If Trump was trying to lose the election, what would he be doing differently? And I can't think of anything. There's no, there's nothing to gain out of this. There's no benefit.
No, there isn't. There's nothing. There's no benefit out of it. And to give these people any kind of legitimacy is wrong, especially from the president. And they're not like, these are the whack jobs that think that ordering a pizza from somewhere is going to get you 3 underage girls to sleep with. So just any kind of little hint or little whatever nudge saying that, you guys are great or you guys love America and all this kind of stuff is going to give them more, more solid belief into their fucking stupidness.
I mean, it's just patently dumb. And you got Trump tweeting about Laura Loomer, giving her essentially a pass on what she believes. It's just like, he doesn't need to cozy up to these people at all. It is fucking stupid.
No, it really is. He doesn't have to do shit for this stuff. And it's also a primary that she's going to fucking lose. So why even comment on it?
Yeah.
Like, why even say shit about it? It's like, whatever. But he can't help it. He just can't fucking help it.
Billy Finn chiming in. Thank you, Billy. I am giving money for the purpose of promoting a message that Laura Loomer is garbage and there's no room for her in conservatism. Vomiting. A fucking men. All right, because we got cut off in the last Habibi Power Hour because of this rampant Islamophobia on
From YouTube.
What are we drinking tonight, fellas and ladies and Habibis and Habibtis?
And Habibtis. And Habib Qs and Rs and,
and QBBs. Mickey White, unforced errors is exactly what it is. Trump just doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. And even Matt Gaetz. Let me show this.
Well, Matt Gaetz is one of those really fringe fucking dumbasses on the right. He really is. He's like that bridge of going too far and trying to reel things in. It's just goddamn.
Yeah. So you got fucking Matt Gaetz posting a tweet, a photo with Laura Loomer saying, "Way to go."
This is just disgusting stuff. Honestly,
it's just
it really
so
is.
stupid. It's just so
It's sick.
all of it.
I mean,
and then there's a less meme.
if seeing people like Ilhan Omar and stuff gets you mad, and this stuff you just brush over is just fucking.
Yeah,
you can't do that. This is
we've definitely railed on
people.
Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib enough as being
exactly
at the very least anti-Semitic, but also believing in like the Jewish conspiracy. Like, nah, you got to call that shit out regardless of whose party it's in.
Exactly. You can't what about this shit? Like these people are fucking sick.
Yeah.
So and also her tires were murdered by her. She killed them.